Where do y'all want to start? Do y'all want to start with Saweetie and Lil Baby, Summer Walker, or Will Smith?
I just wish Will Smith and Jada would like leave us alone.
So
like, stop trying to entangle us. Just
Like, just
I
leave
feel
us.
like, I feel
just
like
leave
we're
us
all
alone.
like everyone is just trying to entangle us, and I don't want to be in
Okay,
Charlotte's Web.
so
I don't,
again,
I don't want it.
I actually have a different perspective. They were viewed as couple goals by so many people.
Oh,
I know.
listen.
I know on the real even. Adrian was like, oh my God, I just wish they would stop talking because that is the idea perfect relationship that I had in my mind and now they've ruined it. And I'm just like, first off, the fact that you're idolizing celebrities as a relationship goal, that's where you fucked up in one. But to me, I personally enjoy everything that's coming out because in what I talk about often is a customizable relationship. Like the idea of monogamy may not work for everyone. The idea of opening your relationship and letting your partner go. One of the things that he said before I get into this quote that I wanted to talk about with you guys was kind of what we talked about, I don't know how many episodes ago, but he went on his interview with Oprah and he said, the way we have relationships with our partners is different than any other relationship. He said, when you have kids, you allow them to go to college and hope they come back, but you allow people to have the freedom to just live their lives. When you're with a partner, you don't give that person the freedom to need space. You don't give that partner the freedom to maybe go and want to do something on their own because you've now connected that person to you to where if you don't want it, they can't want it. If you don't want to do something, they shouldn't want to do it. And once, like, just the way he expressed it with friends, I could go months without talking to my friends, but those are still my friends and I'll do whatever I need for them. Your partner, bitch, I see it all the time on Twitter. A nigga can't go 24 hours without hitting me or other. We don't allow our partners the space or freedom to exist, and that, sometimes without us.
That wraps into that title shit. It's ego.
But also,
having a title is an ego thing. Having your partner have to be next to you, this is my girl, is a ego thing.
But it's also part of what I think we thought was goals for Will and Jada was the fact that we never really knew what the fuck was going on.
I think they're more relationship goals than they've ever been.
You like the
relationship goals.
Now they're relationship goals.
Yeah.
They're communicating openly through bullshit.
Oprah. And red tables.
And red table. And books.
A lot of red tables.
And books.
Should be, yes, red tape and red tables.
Well, that's why we're not in August, September, October, November.
Entanglement.
But also right now we're hearing so much about Will because his book came out. And I wanted to talk about
and King Richard movie.
Well,
King Richard
and that
movie was
too.
great.
Yes. And I haven't gotten to see it, so I do want to see it.
But I think there is something to be said about what we found to be goals about them. They were a young, cool, successful black couple that loved each other, that had children, that seemed to have a family structure. We didn't know anything about their relationship. We always heard rumors, but no one ever spoke on it. No one ever said anything about it. It wasn't anybody's fucking business. To me, that was goals. To be that successful and
nobody know your shit.
And nobody really know the real. To me, that's goals.
That's why I think Issa is goals now. I know that changed real quick.
But it's true. I mean, look at everybody used to say, well, Jay-Z and Beyonce is goals. It came through in the art. They never interviewed about it. They never talked about it. It was never anybody's business. It was the art. It was for the art.
Ghostwriters.
So whatever the
Confessions was JD's story. It wasn't
You're right. We talked about that like 2 weeks ago. True. You're right. Okay.
You're right. It's true. Except that those are two people that probably wouldn't want to be telling other people's stories. But either way,
them being
goals hand in hand in the Galleria is fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's true. The case.
I'm sorry, the Beverly. Not,
the Beverly.
My mind is in Houston. I'm sorry.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. You see this? This what happens when you rich. This what happens.
You know
now.
what I mean? He living a Drake lifestyle.
Maybe because I was hand in hand at the Galleria.
I mean,
is your beard real? Do we need to?
Right. I feel like do we need to pull it back and get the real you?
Are we?
My body, my choice.
Okay.
Well, one of the quotes that he said that I wanted to talk about too, especially with all of us having our relationship situations. He said in an interview that he admitted that he feels like he's failed every woman in his life. He's like, I want to tell the truth. I want to let people have it. I've carried most of my life the sense of failing every woman that I've interacted with. And he's like, I haven't talked about it publicly now until now. And I guess in dating and all of us, we were also, again, I told you I wanted to talk about this on the pod, being realistic with who you show up as and why you view it as a failure. And I don't know if he views it as a failure because he's comparing, like we do with our relationships, what we see from other people. But I guess I wanted to ask you if the women in your past, whether it's ended well or not, if you feel like you've showed up as a failure to what maybe that woman expected you to be for her.
100%. And it's all back to titles. I showed up as a boyfriend because that was my ambitious, I was going to be one and try this. And if we would have taken our time and realized what she needed and what I needed out of something, I wouldn't have shown up as the boyfriend. I would have shown up as the person still trying to get to know you. And it's drastically different that way. So yeah, I've showed up and came as, all right, this is what a boyfriend's supposed to do. This is what a fiance is supposed to do. This is what this person in stereotypical worlds is supposed to show up as. And until you do it, you don't realize you can't meet those expectations until you don't.
It's crazy because that's the...
So yeah, it feels like a failure in that aspect, but also at the same time, it's like, all right, well, that was my first time trying that. But what's fucked up is the first time you trying something is dealing with somebody's livelihood, their psyche. Like, it can't really be an experiment because you're fucking with somebody's life.
But it's always an experiment.
And they're mental.
But it's always an experiment. And people who are dating intentionally have to understand that that's the risk that you're taking at all times.
Agreed.
Especially, I mean, as women in our 30s, any of my friends who were single or who have been single for a long period of time, when we discuss even finding a partner, we're very intentionally dating.
Yeah.
The goal is to have to match with someone that has the same long-term goals as you. And if those change, cool. But the certain bottom line, foundational, fundamental things that attract you to that person have nothing. They don't really necessarily have to do with the title, but in some capacity they do because, like you said, it is an experiment.
For sure.
We're both experimenting.
But also, I think what
because everyone can change their mind.
Yeah,
both people can change their mind.
And you're growing. You're supposed to change.
Right.
Everything is supposed to change.
Right.
But living up to titles, and you get me transparent as fucking always. So the last time we spoke, I talked about breaking up with my partner.
Yeah.
We've still been talking, and now basically the conversation is, what is it do I need and what is it that he needs? And one of the things that was really prevalent was him acknowledging, I've showed up and given you all I can give you. And if that wasn't enough, then maybe you should go be with someone who can give you more, because I am showing up exactly and doing exactly what I know I'm capable of. And this is what I have for you.
And that's
so
respectable as fuck.
And I think that one of the things that maybe as women do, we still are looking for what we want you to be instead of acknowledging who you are right in front of us.
Right.
Well, that's the catch-22 of relationships, because men are showing up as who they are. And through a process of a relationship, you're finding out how you want to be loved by that person. Because even if your last relationship, you took notes and was like, all right, in my next one, I'll know what I like, I don't like. These are my lines. This shit happened last time. This is a different person. This is a new person.
Right.
So when everyone says, oh, I learned so much from my last relationship, that's great. But you need to continue to learn in the next one, because you're not expressing how you need to be loved by this person. You knew now in retrospect how to be loved by the last person because it didn't work out.
Right.
Now you realize, oh, these are my lines. I can't do this. This is how I need to be treated. You're talking to a whole different person with a whole different life experience.
You can still keep your boundaries though.
Oh, no, of course, basic shit.
You
of course,
can,
basic shit.
but you still have to grant both people enough time.
Yes.
To number one, recognize patterns on both sides, and two, because we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and Mandii was saying, like, if it's turbulent in the beginning, that's a bad sign. And I was like, I thought it was the opposite. If things are turbulent in the beginning, that's actually a sign for me to keep going, because that means we're triggering some things that we both know we need to work on with each other, and we can both acknowledge, okay, this is some toxic shit.
Let's get this out of the way now.
Let's get this shit out the way now.
Because if we get it out in 2 years, it's going to be way more painful.
It's going to be way more painful.
To me, now I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
I was in the honeymoon phase for a little over a year, and now it's like, okay, now we're acknowledging that we're not both as perfect as we thought. Now we're dealing with real life shit. And because we've grown so much care for each other, there is that passion to work through it now.
Yeah.
If it was in the beginning, my nigga, we arguing now. I can only admit, I'm good. I don't want things to be rough in the beginning. To me, I do believe in the puppy love phase. If you even go back to what dating was like in high school and middle school, like getting butterflies, you should have butterflies and want to see your partner a lot. If it's toxic in the beginning, nah, maybe
you can still get butterflies in toxic situations. Maybe it's just because I was raised.
Definitely can.
Here we go.
I definitely used to get butterflies in toxic situations. But I realized it wasn't butterflies, it was agita. So now
I was raised in an unstable household. So that's how I know how to love.
It was underlying anxiety. Right. I had separation anxiety. It had nothing to do with my partner at all.
Oh God, so good we're all in therapy now to understand what this means.
No, but it's true. I think we have to retrain our thinking too in assuming that all conflict is toxic. All conflict is not toxic. Sometimes sometimes conflict is necessary because you're also testing to see who somebody is. I would rather know if we are having an escalated, heated argument that you're not just gonna fly off the handle, take the gloves off, and start screaming and cursing and calling me out my name, all kinds of crazy shit.
Oh yeah, that's a deal breaker for me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you're not gonna know that until you get to that space where you're both angry, you're both upset, and then one person got to be like, you know what? Maybe we should just not talk about this tonight. Let's talk about this tomorrow.
And conflict breeds communication.
100%.
When shit is great, it's not much communication. I promise.
Yeah, I know there was a lot. There was a lot more fucking than communication.
Of course.
So yeah, you're right.
And men naturally hold our shit in to begin with,
right?
And then we blow up, and then that's when we communicate,
right?
So you have no idea if everything is good until he's quiet. And he could be quietly resenting you because he's not expressing the shit that you're doing wrong and how to love him.
Right. You won't know until some shit goes left.
Which is unhealthy, but let's be realistic. That's just how shit goes. Yeah. So unless you're fucking the greatest communicator of all time, you need to have that conflict. Not arguments, not disrespect, any type of shit, but conflict. Yeah. Conflict is healthy.
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah. Go to therapy on week 1 with your partner. Go to couples therapy.
Do you feel like...
Talk through some shit.
Do
y'all feel like tattoos are healthy? Matching tattoos? Do you think that that's something that signifies love and partnership?
Sure.
And
that's fine.
Yeah?
I think matching tattoos are cool.
Of the name right by your eyeball? So I wanted to talk about this as well, not even because of the tattoos.
I mean, people do a lot of drugs. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like can we not blame matching tattoos on drugs?
No, I mean,
I was gonna get matching tattoos, but I just orgasmed so much that I was like, we need matching tattoos
next to my eye. I don't a name tattoo. I just anything on my face. I just couldn't. No,
I agree.
Well, she
next
has,
to my
she
eye.
has a bunch of tattoos.
Have you ever wanted? Have you ever wanted matching tattoos with anybody? Like, was that ever?
I don't have any, but I've talked about it for sure.
Oh, see, I've talked about it too. Yeah, I just haven't gotten there to do it. But you're right.
It wouldn't be on my face.
No, it wouldn't be on my face.
And it probably wouldn't be a name either.
That's what we were.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, I'm matching something cool with symbolic and romantic, cool, but not.
And then
I don't know.
Later
about
on, if you break up, you could lie to people about what it means.
Or you just cover it, get it small enough to cover it.
That part.
I guess.
Have you ever dealt with a guy that had a girl's name tatted on him that wasn't his mother or a dead relative?
Yep.
How did that go?
Still going.
Still going.
Yeah, baby mama's name is on the shoulder, but
that's different.
I don't have to look at it. It's not in my face.
I was about to say,
unless you're
not
pegging
like,
him.
No, that's not a thing.
Not.
I was about to say, you're not
a thing.
You're not seeing him from the back. So
no, never.
It doesn't matter. When do you even see a man's back?
I mean, no.
I don't really, you know.
Yeah, we don't.
We hug from the front. Like, we don't be seeing men's backs for real.
No.
Like
sometimes I like to be a little spoon.
Okay, yeah, but with men.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's a little spoon.
Because I was about to say, now for men with back pieces, what is that
right
for?
now? This is the first relationship I'm in where a man is like, yeah, I want to be a little spoon sometimes.
No, it's not. It's trendy that it's being talked about.
Yeah.
When we was kids eating pussy, like, oh my God.
Yeah,
meanwhile, everyone was eating pussy.
Just
everyone was lying.
Right.
Yeah.
Then the ass eating thing came, and it was like, oh wait, we're allowed to say we did this.
Well, I admit it, and now guys like admitting that they like their ass licked.
Shout out to Micah Powell and Sam Hook for writing that line in Janae's song "Eat the Booty Like Groceries" because
now y'all
they made it a thing. Y'all made it a thing.
I mean, but even Future, he let all of us know thumbs were going in the butts. So fingering the Buddha hole is a big thing now too. I'm here for it.
And Little Spoon, we've been the Little Spoon forever.
But also, I'm 5'1".
That's okay to talk about.
I'm 5'1", and my partner's 6'9", and he little spoons with me. I don't even know how that's possible, but I love it.
You feel like a backpack.
You're an asshole.
Facts though.
You're an ass.
You're just his little jam sport.
It's more of a fanny pack for her. She's small. She's small. It's a fanny pack.
Yeah, and you're right. I do be in the crotch area.